Hey folks, it's Mike the Pen Outpost. The last two inks in the Colorverse Season 7 series are numbers 92 and 93. And if you're following along wondering what happened to 90 and 91, we have to skip over those because we don't have any. We had a little error on our order form and they never came in, so we had to reorder them. This is a bit of a mess. But anyway, as soon as they get here, we will cover those two colors. That would be Horsehead Nebula and Crab Nebula is what is missing. So we'll get back to those. But today we are going to finish up this series with 92 and 93, which are Hippocamp and Comet SL9. They are two of the, I use this term very, very gently and loosely, but more boring of the colors out of these out of this line. I hate that. Boring's not the right word. Maybe just not as exciting. How about that? Let's start with number 92, Hippocamp. See if we can get a little shading. I believe that one shades. I don't think it sheens. Let's see. Let's pull out the trusty brochure. So yeah, this is the blue and the, I'll call it a brown. They are shading shading colors. Although on here it looks more like a coral, but I think it's meant to be more of a brown. We'll see. Rinse my nib real quick. Hard to say. Hard to say what color this is until we see a big swab, because I haven't seen a big swab of it yet. Okay. Both going to be fast dryers. A little bit on the, I say on the drier side. They're not super wet. Let's put it to you that way. This will probably take like 2 minutes to dry, if that. So we'll go through that time lapse really fast. I don't even think that was 2 minutes. I'll have to look on the time. Colorverse Hippocamp. It's a nice light but bright blue. Kind of leans towards that periwinkle a little bit, but doesn't quite have enough purple in it to get it there. Has some nice shading in some spots. Nice off the nib. And then SL9. It's kind of a corally brown. I don't know what else to call it. Another good color off the nib. Kind of reminds me of Brunch Date, which is their season 6 color. Let's see. Let me go pull a couple. Okay, I'll show you this one first. There's Brunch Date. So off the nib, you can see a definite difference here. The color across the swab looks very similar, but off the nib, SL9 comes across a lot darker. So that's nice. So if you like that kind of coral brown-ish color, this one is definitely better for readability, I guess you would say. And then Hippocamp is a tough one. I couldn't find a color quite as close as I wanted. I can't find my periwinkle swab from Noodlers, so we're going to have to skip over that for now. But I pulled two Irishizukus that everyone should be familiar with, because Irishizuku does not have a color quite in this range. But Amairo and Konpeki. Amairo being that, I think that's what they actually call their sky blue, if I remember correctly, and then Konpeki being that kind of cerulean blue. Just so you can get an idea of where this ink sits in the blue range. And just for fun, I'll pull this out again, since I pulled it on the last one that had a mid-tone blue, just so you can see. Has that a little bit brighter, still has that same kind of pink undertone to it, which is odd, but has a similar shading quality, but just a little bit brighter blue than cotton, and maybe even a shade darker. So, Hippocamp and Comet SL9, the last two inks in the Colorverse Season 7 series. Available in a 3 milliliter sample and a 65 plus 15 milliliter 2-bottle set at the Pen Outpost on eBay and the penoutpost.com. Thanks for watching.